Today on the show, we're going to be doing Gladiator from...
Oh, I love Gladiator. Oh, man. Joaquin Phoenix probably gives one of his best performances. Russell Crowe, so awesome. Am I not merciful? When he says that, I really thought he was going to be nominated. Like, that's what really got me into, like, Joaquin Phoenix and his acting style. It's so good.
Not that one. We're doing Gladiator from 1992.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, is that a prequel?
Shut up. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please notice that exits are conveniently located at the front and rear of this auditorium. When leaving the theater, we suggest that the exit at the front of the auditorium will allow you easier access to the parking areas. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mike Field.
I'm Mike Butler.
And this is Forgotten Cinema. Each episode, we highlight a film that, for a variety of reasons, was forgotten by audiences. Whether it be a more popular movie was released at the same time, or this film simply didn't catch on with an audience in its initial run. We discuss what we love about the movie, or perhaps don't love about it, but we always recommend you revisit it. If you enjoy Forgotten Cinema, we want to hear from you. We are on Facebook, TikTok, Discord, YouTube. Did I say Facebook already? Instagram. We are everywhere. We have a backlog of 300 episodes for your listening pleasure and viewing pleasure. We're probably about at 50 videos, I would think, right? 100 videos.
We got to be pretty far up in
episode videos. Regardless.
Oh, skits were way ahead.
Short films. Regardless.
Shorts were way up.
We want to hear from you.
Episodes were up.
Let's get into the show. Mike, what's going on?
Oh, nothing much. I moved from Bridgeport into a surprisingly worse.
Bridgeport.
Yeah. Connecticut represent into a surprisingly worse town, a suburb right off of called suburb.
Well, they clearly shoot in Chicago, but is it supposed to be Chicago?
They do say it's Chicago,
okay,
but it's like looks like a crappy suburb right off of Chicago.
Right.
And, I moved there. My dad, fell into some hard times, started drinking and gambling after my mom died a year ago.
Come on.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. He's just not a good dad in any movie.
Oh, John Riley's trying to get his life back together. He's a traveling salesman.
But yeah, he's traveling salesman. He left me alone for a month. But, he's still got
cheap, tuggle up. Sorry, doing music, man.
He's still got debts, so I got to pay him off. And the only way I really know how to pay him off is by fighting. I don't want to, but I got to.
But you're really good at it.
I'm really good at it. So I'm going to step into the ring in this underground, this very organized underground boxing league.
Like to see.
I'm going to demolish everyone, befriend a couple of boxers, beat the crap out of others, lose some friends, gain some friends. I'm going to learn some stuff.
Oh, yeah, true. You do lose a friend. That's right. We are doing the 1992 Gladiator, not to be confused with the 2001 Gladiator or the 2024 Gladiator 2 or the upcoming 2028-29 Gladiator 3. This is the original. Like it has nothing to do with Maximus. But yes, we are doing this film back from 1992. So let's get into the facts and then we'll get into our movie discussion. So be interested in that. This film has a runtime of 101 minutes. It's rated R. Production budget of $20 million. It came out on March 6th, 1992. It was a Friday. Its opening weekend, it did $3.3 million. Domestic take, its total domestic take was $9.2 million. I guess no international release or there's no numbers around. So its worldwide take is the same, $9.2 million. Production company was Price Entertainment and Columbia Pictures, and it was distributed by Columbia Pictures. So I said March 6th was the opening day. Let's go back a weekend to February 28th, where you had a wide release of Memoirs of an Invisible Man. That is the Chevy Chase film, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I never knew the title. I like that movie quite a bit, but I never remember the title.
Gotcha. You had a limited release of Gate 2, The Trespassers. That was on 350 screens. You had the Mambo Kings as a limited release on 32 screens, and Under Suspicion for 2 screens, a limited release. This film, Gladiator, went up against in its opening weekend, The Lawnmower Man, Butler favorite, and Once Upon a Crime. Did you ever see Lawnmower Man?
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm joking. It's bad sci-fi. And Once Upon a Crime.
That's okay.
It's okay. It's not. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. I mean, I meant bad sci-fi and a good, like bad is good. Like a
good B movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Science fiction to me does not have to be, you know what I mean? Not that
it could still be
for me
good.
To enjoy it.
Right.
It could be a B movie. Yeah.
I get that.
March 13th, the week after you had I also feel that way about horror too. The week after you had a wide release of Article 99, My Cousin Vinny and American Me, and a limited release of Shakes the Clown, Howard's End, and Highway to Hell. I'm sure not a lot of people know these films. Some might. I know obviously a lot of those, but those are,
I know very few.
Exactly. Well, March in 1992 is probably not a hot button month for films.
True.
This movie was directed by Rowdy Herrington, who did Do you remember?
Oh no.
We did an episode. We did a lead up on it. We actually
Roadhouse.
Yeah, yep, Roadhouse. And we did a movie for the show with Bruce Willis's toupees were changing all the time throughout it.
Oh, he did Striking Distance.
Yes. So this is a third Rowdy Harrington film.
Changing and disappearing.
Exactly. A story by George Milicevic. I think that's how you say his last name. I probably am wrong there. He did the story for Victory. He's also done Runaway Train and Iron Will. You also have another story credit for Robert Mark Kamen, who's done The Karate Kid, Taps, and The Fifth Element. He wrote those. He also has a screenplay credit. And he's also written the Transporter series and Taken, so he's done quite a lot. Right. He shares his screenplay credit with Lyle Kessler, who's done Orphans and The Saint of Fort Washington. Cinematographer was Tak Fujimoto, who's done The Silence of the Lambs, Devil in a Blue Dress,
a movie we did,
and The Sixth Sense. Composer was Brad Fiedel. Is that right?
Brad Fiedel. Yep.
Who's done True Lies, The Terminator, Johnny Mnemonic. He does basically a lot of Cameron films.
Yeah, I was joking to feel that as soon as like the chase, like there are songs that are just lifted directly from Terminator 2 in this film.
Which makes sense because they both came out the same year.
Yeah, so he was probably just like, this is what's in my brain. It's the same thing with Phantom Menace and Harry Potter.
Oh, John Williams.
The first Harry Potter movie, because he worked on both at the same time. Mm-hmm. There's themes in Phantom Menace that transfer into Sorcerer's Stone.
Probably subconsciously.
Yeah.
Edited by Harry B. Miller III and Peter Zinner. Miller III has done The Predator, and the TV show La Brea. And Zinner is nominated for 3 Oscars. The Godfather, An Officer and a Gentleman, and The Deer Hunter, for which he won the Oscar. Produced by Frank Price and Stephen Roth. Price has done Circle of Friends and The Walking Dead, both in 1995. And Stephen Roth has done Last Action Hero.
A movie we did.
And Mobsters. Not a huge cast. You have our lead, James Marshall, as Tommy Riley. You might recognize him from A Few Good Men and the TV show Twin Peaks. He's also in Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, and I think he came back in the Twin Peaks revival.
He did.
Cuba Gooding Jr. as Abraham Lincoln Haynes. Won an Oscar for Jerry Maguire. He's also in Outbreak and Boys in the Hood. Robert Loggia as Pappy Jack. From nominated for an Oscar for Jagged Edge. He's also in Big, Independence Day, and my favorite Orange Juice commercial.
And Armed and Dangerous, which is a movie we did last season.
This is true. Ozzie Davis as Noah. Yes, right. It's not out yet. I'm sorry. Ozzie Davis as Noah. Do the Right Thing, Grumpy Old Men, and The Client. He plays Tommy Riley's corner guy. Cara Buono as Dawn from the TV show Stranger Things. If this is her first film, she's also in TV show Mad Men first season. John Seda as Romano from the TV show Chicago PD and Bad Boys 2. He's also in Selena. T.E. Russell as Spitz from Trespass. Didn't we do that?
We did not do Trespass.
Did we do a pint?
Which one's Trespass?
Bill Paxton, right? The firefighters, they go into the house, they got money. And
we did do that. We did
it, or was it for the pint?
Might have been a pint.
And he's also in Toy Soldiers. Brian Denny has Jimmy Horn, First Blood, Cocoon, Silverado, and Tommy Boy.
Is this our first Brian Denny? No, we did FX he was in.
All right.
That's right.
John Hurd as John Riley from Awakenings, Home Alone, and Big. First John Hurd film? No. Maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, unless he was like a bit character in something, yeah.
So he plays Tommy's father, so he's in it for maybe like 5 minutes. Not even.
Yeah.
Screen time, 5 minutes? Yeah, not even. All right, so this is a film that I saw when it came out. I don't think I saw it in theaters, but I might have. This is before I worked at the theater, so those memories are not. I don't have a lot of memories of what I saw in the theater at that point.
Right.
So I probably saw it at home. I remember when I watched it, there was stuff I liked it. Like it's not a movie that I was like, oh, you have to see Gladiator. It's so good. But I remember not hating it. Like I remember not being like, oh, this is terrible. Like I remember that. I knew that. I knew there was stuff in it that I liked. And that still kind of holds true now. But obviously this is the first time you saw it.
Right.
I'm curious what your thoughts are, initial thoughts, or what do you want? Where do you want to start off? You want to get negative? You want to get positive? Do you whatever?
This is not a terribly great movie, but I enjoyed watching it. This is a movie I'm surprised I didn't watch growing up. That like it wasn't on TV more.
Right.
Because this is a movie I would have definitely been into, especially because a lot of the plot of this movie, my senior year in high school for my film project was a script that was pretty much exactly this movie. Yeah, I really liked it. It's cheesy. It's like bad Rocky. It's like it's like video rental movie Rocky. But it works.
It's nice and
it hits
nice,
all the notes.
Nice
it's nice and short. Yeah. Yep. Well, not super short, but it's
a good length.
Hour 42.
Hour 40 is a good length.
Yeah. you got a bad guy you root to get beat. A couple of bad guys you hope get beaten.
Yep.
A hero you're kind of rooting for because he's kind of like so quiet that he's like kind of what's the Clint Eastwood spaghetti one?
Well, how many? Good, bad, the ugly?
Yes, the good where he's like barely talks. It's just like really easy to root for someone who kind of just does a good thing, but you don't really know much about him because you can put so much of yourself or your thoughts and like, oh, what's he all about?
Yeah.
That kind of stuff works. The love story is in there, but it doesn't really like hamper down anything because that's not what the movie is about. Yeah, I enjoy it. Like you said, would I recommend this to people? I don't know. We'll get into that. Like I think that for me, it hits really well. So I enjoyed it, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's not like what? Why are we doing this? It's not like a great movie.
No, I think this type of film, what you have to get right is the boxing. You have to get the action right, like
the fighting.
And the fighting is done really well. I think it's done well. I think it looks good.
Yeah.
And you have you have to want to root for Tommy, obviously, and you want to root for Lincoln when the stuff happens at the end. The stuff with Lincoln is very forced. The Cuba Gooding Jr. stuff, like they make a whole show of maybe like the last 15 minutes of the movie. They kind of are friends, and he couple times they pop in and he saves them, and they have that scene where it's clearly the fugitive house when they're running.
Is it because it looked like it?
No, it is.
It definitely?
It's absolutely. Okay. So when they're getting chased the first time. He's getting when Lincoln is trapped by those three guys who wear those stupid armbands like they're in the gang or whatever. The red, what does he call them? The stormtroopers.
Yeah.
And they chase them and they go into the house to hide. And that's when you kind of learn that Lincoln has a kid and all that stuff. That's absolutely the house where Kimball stays in the basement. And when he's working at the hospital and they go in there to bust the pedophile, the guy is in there who takes pictures of girls. And that's absolutely, as soon as they ran into it, goes, that's the house. And then they look out in the field and they see them walking. I'm like, yes, that's absolutely the house.
Because he's also outside of Chicago there. Well, he goes into Chicago later.
They obviously shot in Chicago and they shot in Nova Scotia or something like that. They shot a couple scenes there. But yeah, no, it's clearly the house from The Fugitive. I will stake this entire podcast on it. But anyways, so that's
gonna be a cutaway to the right.
So you have that with Lincoln. There's another scene where they're getting chased a little when he defends them, and they're back and forth. The first time Lincoln helps Tommy at the school,
he just kind of steps in.
But then the last 15 minutes, 20 minutes of the movie, they make this big show that they're super friends and they're never, you know what I mean? Like,
They did a montage together.
I love the montage. I love the 80s. My note is like, welcome to the 80s montage 1990 movie. I love the montage. I just feel like that the stuff with them is a little forced. I mean, I get what they're doing. It's fine when they shake hands at the end, and like when at the very end of the film, when he defeats Jimmy Horn, Tommy gets out of the ring. Lincoln's sitting there and he's like giving them that like look. He's like heads up, that classic Cuba Gooding look, and they go to shake hands. And if you look, the entire crowd is silent. Like, why are you silent? There's no like tension. There's no reason for you to think that nothing's going to happen other than a handshake. And they shake hands and the movie ends. I'm just like, oh, okay, I guess.
That's it. That's the Adrian hugging Adrian moment of this film.
And I want to get to that comment. We will. But yeah, so I thought that was a little forced there. It's fine. I think the movie's just short enough where you're kind of like, I'm okay with that. He's like, it's very just kind of like plodding along. Like, I'm not going to fight. Okay. You have to fight. Okay. I'm going to fight 5 fights. And the idea is that Jimmy keeps saying, Brian Denny's character, I think we found our kid. I think we found our kid. Okay, fine. You think that this kid's going to contend for a title. You think you can
bring him up to the actual boxing match.
So why the armbar to make him fight for you? Why are you just not talking the kid up? If you think the kid has a real shot and you think that he's a really good boxer, why are we doing this like evil turn where you're I get why you forced him in the beginning, but like, so what's the plan? Like, what's the plan here? If when you have him fight Lincoln at the end, okay?
Right.
And you're going to fight him. Why? If you think he's the one, why do you have to fight Lincoln? Why do you have to beat him? You don't. What's that? Lincoln's not ranked. Like, what's the point? Is it to make money? You're going to make a lot of money. So like, why force him to fight? Just put him into the circuit, become his manager, sign a deal with him that is obviously like screw him over that way.
Yeah.
And go off and make your money.
You are overthinking it.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's just when you start looking at it going like, why are we doing this? Why does he have to fight Lincoln? I don't understand.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
I mean, other than to put Lincoln away because you're afraid of what maybe hurting Lincoln's feelings that you're going to tell him no.
Yeah. So, but like, so make that, those stakes need to be higher. And I think the other thing that affects this movie where maybe it goes from, I don't want to say this is a B movie, but you know what I mean? Like maybe it elevates the film. Let's put it that way.
It's a B Rocky.
I think what would elevate this film is why are they in high school?
Yes.
Like
I have a big problem with them being in high school.
There's no reason for them to be in high school. I understand you're trying to do the education versus boxing and violence. I get that. You can easily do that with higher learning. You can easily do that with kids that are in junior college or they're in college or maybe they're college dropouts or whatever. You can easily do that with them being 19 to 20, 21, 22. There is no reason to put them in high school. It seems very just like you're trying to do a high school film, but you don't need to because everything that they're doing outside of high school is so adult that all I keep thinking to myself is, but they're in high school.
Yeah.
But they're in high school. But they're in high school. Like, why? There's no reason. There's no reason.
It's super ridiculous. Like you're literally like when they throw out what's his first friend's name?
Oh, the kid that ends up fighting that
the kid gets blinded.
Romano. Yeah.
Romano gets blinded and then thrown in a homeless shelter hospital and like forgotten about. Like he didn't have a family. Like he's like, I know he says his dad passed away, but he doesn't have a grandmother, a mother.
No, he said no. I thought his father's not in the country. He's saving up money to bring his father here.
Oh, I thought he was saving up money to send his father's body back to Cuba to get buried where he was supposed to.
So where's his father's body? Just sitting somewhere?
Oh, probably buried in a local cemetery.
Okay, I thought it was to bring somebody up. Okay, never mind that.
But either way.
Yeah.
You got somebody here.
He says that in a breath. He says that in one breath. And then that's right after he talks about how all the duds he just bought. It's like, well, maybe just don't buy all these clothes if you need to save money.
And then you're going to be done right. Now, then I'm going to get a nice apartment.
Yeah.
Like, all right. But like, so they killed a kid. No one's going to be looking for this. The operation, I would be a little bit more okay. Not that I'm not okay with this movie. Like I say, I like it. But I'd be more okay with some of the plot holes if they explain a little bit about how this underground operation works to the amount and the effect that it does.
Yeah.
They have doctors, they have guards, they have hundreds of people watching these games. He has an office. It's in one building. It doesn't even move. If it moved every night, it was in a different like garbage arena.
Yeah.
But it's always in the same place. Well, like some of that needs explanation.
Right. And if you look at who wrote this film, Kamen, he did the Karate Kid. Karate Kid fits in high school. So
100%. Absolutely.
I'm wondering if that kind of same sensibility carried over. Like, let's just do Karate Kid, but boxing. I'm not saying he said that, but I'm saying like that kind of.
But LaRusso acts like a high school student.
Yes.
Everybody acts like they're in high school.
And they're in. They actually have more than like one scene in the school, and the school matters, and the love interest matters, and then she in high school and stuff like that. It's
the love interest is she just automatically likes him because he asks if she was sitting there.
And exactly.
To see taken.
And the fact that it's in high school doesn't make me doesn't ruin the movie, but I think it prevents the movie from, like I said, from being elevated to being a little bit more adult.
You just question the choices.
Yes,
more.
Because you can't just like they're clearly these guys are in their 20s. These guys are in their mid 20s. The actors, and as soon as you see them, and as soon as you see everybody in the school, you're just like is it Spitz? Who gives him the problem all the time? Maybe a pseudonym got him. Was that Spitz?
Yeah, it's Spitz.
Okay. He takes off his hat at the beginning.
Oh, he's got
a receding hairline. Yes. Like he's already losing his hair. Like, come on.
Spitz been wearing that hat too much.
So it's just laughable. And I kept going back to it. These people are in high school. These kids are in high school. They're staying up all night. They're boxing. It's like, it's just, this
boxing, looking forward, never doing homework. Somehow getting into junior college, doing his SAT prep at home.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't get my SAT prep book at home. You went to go. You had to do that.
She brought it to him. She brought it to him.
Did she steal a book?
I don't know. I don't know. The Buono character, Dawn. Do you think they purposely looked for an actress or made her look like Adrian from Rocky? Because I'm watching the movie and I was like, oh, it's her. I keep seeing her popping up now in all these older things. And then as I'm watching it, and then when she's at the fight she's at Dennehy, I'm like, oh my God, she's supposed to be, obviously she's supposed to be Adrian. Did they purposely make her look like Adrian? Like, cause
I didn't think that before, but now I don't know.
Yeah.
But when I was watching it, I didn't put two and two together.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, she's just, her being at that last fight makes no sense because she doesn't want him to fight to begin with. She wants him to fight even less at the end as he's getting closer to junior college. Once he's defeated his nemesis. I can't remember his name.
Who?
The main bad guy.
Oh, I don't even know. I can't. Yeah, the guy who's the head of the stormtroopers. Apparently.
Yeah,
the guy in the beginning of the film who starts having a knife fight and then
in the middle school just throws
it in the middle of the air to the point where like I'm reading critic reviews and one of them was like tosses the knife on the ground. No, he didn't. Yeah. He threw it completely straight up in the air. It's gonna come down.
Yeah, it's hitting somebody.
And like, ow. And it's not. And I know they're just teachers, but they're gonna see the blade flying in the middle of the air. Like, oh, clearly he had a knife.
Yeah. Also, I like that the teachers grab him and carry him out.
This is like. Do you remember
Nice.
Do you ever see the movie with Jim Belushi, the principal?
Yeah,
that's like that. Like that stand. Like Lean on Me, the principal. Like there was a slate of films throughout these early '90s where it was about tough high schools. Principals.
Yeah. But I mean, you're just picking up and carrying this guy and throwing him. Come on.
Can't do that now.
Yeah, no. But that's all the schools have cops now for that. So that they can. But the fight's just ridiculous. The fight at the beginning, like there's just like, we have to make the bad guy. We have to make the bad guy quick.
When he puts
I'm talking at the beginning
on his
when
juice on his.
I'm finding out his name because I can't keep talking about this guy without a name.
It wasn't important to me.
Anyway, all right, screw it. So like when the leader of the stormtroopers, so he comes up. I heard you've been messing with my boys. You got a problem with my boys or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my God, what is this? Like at first I was like, okay, he's a white boy in an all black high school.
Yep.
But then no, that high school is like 50-50.
Right. Yeah. It's an inner city high school.
Yeah. The problem with him shooting the hoops was just like, so they just want someone new to pick on. And why are you picking on a guy who's clearly 25 and bigger than anyone else in that school?
To be fair, if the ball goes out of bounds, you're just walking by, you don't throw it and shoot it in the hoop. You just give it back.
Oh, sure.
Nobody does that.
It was a weird douche
What
move.
are you doing? Yeah. And nobody's playing basketball in the middle of winter.
Also a weird.
Yeah,
I was like,
nobody's
no
doing
one's slipping.
that.
There's snow everywhere. No one's slipping around, falling down in the blacktop.
And they give him that. And they give Tommy that hat.
Stupid Irish cat.
I mean, I know that On the Waterfront's also a boxing film, but you don't have to give him the hat to allude to it.
It's 1992, and granted, I'm like 5 in 1992 or whatever, so I'm not with the styles. But like the long trench coat, the suit, the cap, like he is not dressed like a child. He is not dressed like a high school student. He is dressed like a grown ass man, looking like a grown ass man because he's clearly like 25. It just didn't make any sense. Like, granted, this is around the exact same time Twin Peaks is out. He's a grown ass man in Twin Peaks, but at least he dresses like a high school student in Twin Peaks. Like he's dressed like a private detective from 1935 through half this movie.
Tommy Riley on the case.
Yeah. Just didn't make any sense, his outfit choices.
So this film did not do well at the box office, as I've illustrated before, but it
came out against Lawnmower Man. Come on.
So because the film didn't do well, producer Frank Price, who used to run Columbia and then Universal in the 70s and 80s, off the I don't want to say bad success. What's the word I'm looking for?
The negative the press and
the badness of this film doing in the box office. The box office bomb that it was because it didn't perform well. He stopped producing movies and he went on to create Savoy Pictures. So this movie did help create Savoy Pictures. So that is I guess that is a positive.
Did they like kick him out? Kind of.
No,
like he got browed out or something like that. Just because like.
But here's another Rocky connection for you. The original director was John Avildsen.
Really?
Yes. And then he dropped out. So they clearly were going for like a Kid Rocky almost.
It's got a Kid Rocky vibe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is probably why I like it. It's just there's so many things that I think if they took 10 more minutes to explain a few things and made the high school more high schooly, I think that would make this film much better. And they would have been much they wouldn't have been tough choices. They wouldn't have been hard changes to make, even if you rewrote the script like a week before shoot time. Like, I think you could have fixed a few things in this movie to make it better.
Okay. Yeah, I think, and we're saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like the final fight at the end with Jimmy? Bare knuckles?
I like that it was bare knuckles because at first I'm like, there's no way he's going to go up against this 18-year-old kid who's also 25. But Brian Dennehy's just too old, too fat.
Brian Dennehy looks okay in this film.
He does look okay, but he's still heavier.
But when you remember him 3 years from now going into Tommy Boy, where he is bigger, clearly there's that shift.
Yeah. But he's just like, he's old. He's out of his, like, how are they going to make it? I get that he beat up that one kid in the thing. You're making him to be this powerhouse. He's essentially like Kingpin or whatever. But I'm like, how are they going to make it so that he can fight against the kid? When he takes off the gloves, I was like, all right, Tommy only knows how to fight with gloves. Like, Tommy, like, he's not used to bare knuckle boxing. Brian Dennehy's knuckles are probably all glazed over and arthritic and like just from punching so often. I was like, that's a good fight. And when he does the headbutt thing,
when he does the top of the head,
it's like top of the head's the hardest part.
Yeah.
I thought that was really good.
Yep.
Fake. Well, it turns out he didn't break Tommy's hand, but
I wanted to talk about that. So yeah, there's a part in the Tommy hits him and he think he breaks his hand, and Tommy's playing possum, and he's holding his hand down, like holding it down, and like and that stems from Jimmy Dennehy telling when you're talking about when he beat the crap out of the other guy at sparring, telling him, when you're strong, you make him think you're weak, and when you're weak, you make him think you're strong. So that's kind of where that comes from. Problem is that when Tommy does that, and then Ossie Davis's character, which I'm going to forget his name, so let me get it again, to Noah, after he wins, Noah's like, because like Noah's in his corner, Noah's like kind of becomes his mentor a little bit.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't believe. He's like, make him think you're strong. Make him think you're weak when you're strong. It's like, that's a good moment between them, but that's not Noah's moment, because while Noah was there when Jimmy said it, Noah saying that makes it a better moment for both of them. When he says, if he tells Ozzy that, make him think you're weak when you're strong, that's a lesson that Noah gave Tommy, that Tommy took into that ring to beat Jimmy.
Sure, yeah.
But it's a lesson that Jimmy taught him. So Tommy should have the effect of that line would have been better if then Tommy stands over Jimmy and says, make him think you're strong, make you think you're weak when you're strong. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't, it doesn't, the lesson doesn't make any sense when you tell it to Noah and Noah celebrates it, because he didn't give him that lesson. If he tells it and shoves it in Jimmy's face and you're like, yeah, suck it, Jimmy, he beat you with your own game. Yeah. So that line, while it's great and while that moment's great, it doesn't hit really well because you hit it to the wrong person.
Noah should have given him another line that was about like strategy that he could have also used that combines the two.
And he was, though, but like Noah was giving him.
There's advice he
told him to shift his stance. His stance.
It's not about hitting; it's about not getting hit or something like that. You could have used any of those.
Right, exactly. So I feel like, to me, like these problems and these solutions are at the writing stage, as when you're sitting there with the script and you really just kind of are breaking it down. And I'm not saying that nobody was doing this, and I'm not saying that I'm not laying it at anybody's feet, but to me, this is where you fix that at the script stage. Yeah. Now, again, we have talked countless times on this show where, when it goes from the script to the screen, there are 85 different hands that are in there that make changes and affect things. So who knows where the circuits got tied up. But I thought that was a big miss. While it's a great ending and it's a really cool way they ended it when he beat him, really nailing it home really failed.
Yeah. My other thing with the fight, though, is he plays possum with his hand getting broke, but for way too long. If his hand was hurt the whole time, he takes a lot of damage for no reason. If that whole time he could have just used that move against Jimmy, it didn't make any sense for Tommy to let himself get pants, to get thrown off the ring, to get headbutted again.
He gets pants after he gets hit?
I believe so.
Because when he hits him twice, the first two times, he doesn't break it. There's another time that he does it. Yeah.
But he still gets himself beat up, definitely thrown into the ring without that.
Yeah.
It's just like, why would you let yourself get that beat up when it's all fake anyway?
Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of, and when they're showing the hand, like I keep doing this motion with my hand in the video, and they're showing, something's coming, like it. So yeah, the greatest uppercut ever. couple of things I wanted to ask you, and I know this is like, did you notice this? And I don't know if you did. When they're at the counter, so when Tommy goes there, and this is after he gets the job, and this is like after
he's dishwashing.
He's doing the 3-bay sink technique, which I'm like, 3-bay sink, yeah, rinse, wash, dry off, whatever. There's a scene where he goes out and I don't know if he's taking he goes to take the trash out, and those 3 guys, the stormtroopers, are there, and they're like, let's go outside.
Right,
and they walk down. Did you notice that at the counter there was like a Confederate general sitting there? There was like a guy with a Confederate hat on.
No.
Yes, I'm walking by and I'm like, what is the Confederacy here? Like, there's a legit guy with like a Confederate colonel hat on at the counter.
I did not notice that. I noticed the one random dude as they're fighting who's walking into the diner, and he's just like, what? And then he opens the door and walks in. And I was like, I guess they just didn't close off the set or something.
Yeah. So I noticed that.
I did not notice that. I have to go back and try to find that guy.
I know that Tommy Riley's dad is getting his life back together, but like, do we believe that?
No,
exactly. We don't even know this guy, and he pays off the debt for when the not the bookies, but the strong arm guy, the goon guy, come in like, he owes us this week, and then this week 12.52. That tells me that's the only thing he owes. He owes $15,000.
What I was thinking was that he faked that $15,000 afterward.
Okay.
That was the impression I got, was that they figured out, all right, who are these loans from? Oh, I know the guy.
Right.
And then he's faking that. Oh yeah, your dad made all these other bets. Yeah. Oh, he told you he was done. No, he's $15,000 in the hole. My assumption was, I think that's a lie.
That would make sense if we know it's a lie. Like,
well, my thing was, dad's gone.
He's just off selling whatever. Yeah.
He left pretty much right away.
Yeah.
Once he owed the $1,500 or whatever. Yeah. The 682, the $1,500. So he owns $15,000 now. It doesn't make any sense. How did he do that in the 0 time we've been? He's halfway across the country. It didn't make any sense to me.
And when he calls the bookie and threatens him, he didn't.
No.
Come on.
He's talking to nobody on the other end of the phone. Yeah. Hold on. Beep, boop, boop, beep, beep. Dad, you don't have to do this phone.
All right, let me get you some.
He threatens that he's in the river.
Let me get you some reviews. Ebert. The film places its boxing story in a surprisingly realistic milieu. When he isn't dealing out punishment, Tommy goes to high school, discusses Mark Twain, is encouraged by a helpful teacher, finds a girlfriend, and becomes pals with a local black fighter. Like, he just summarizes the movie.
Yeah, I mean, the Mark Twain and the teacher stuff is very small amount of the movie. You're acting like that's important.
Yeah, it was like one scene.
It's like, it should have been more important. It should have been the point of the movie, but it really wasn't.
Oh.
And what's the first line about the boxing? That's realistic?
He places his boxing story in a surprisingly realistic milieu, like a place, like I don't know, like underground. I mean, underground boxing is it's
I not like I don't believe in underground boxing, clearly.
But it looks like the whole set looks like organized. More like boxing from like the 30s or something.
Yeah.
Like a circus tent, and they're all fighting.
It's just organized, and it's clearly a whole thing that just doesn't seem realistic at all. Plus, the boxing itself constantly devolves into grapples and throws and using chemicals to burn somebody's retinas out of their face.
Give me it again. I won't mess with this. Janet Maslin from the New York Times says, only the film's resolution has any spirit or novelty. The screenplay is filled with dialogue that could have been written in anyone's sleep. She was not a fan of the script.
She's not a fan of a lot of movies.
Well, most critics aren't. They're critical. And then Peter Rainier from the LA Times. It is interesting only as a kind of sociological specimen. It has a trashy, low-road, rabble-rousing spirit, but it also has high-road pretensions. Like, just say it's a B movie.
Yeah.
Just say you liked it, and you know it's not great, but you still liked it.
It's got highbrow pretensions.
Yeah, I know. High road. Yeah, I know. Like, why say that? I mean,
that's
I get
bad
it.
Right there.
But I feel like it's a B movie. Like, if a critic was like, listen, this is a B movie. I shouldn't like it, but I do.
And it works.
Yeah, exactly. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. You should too. You might as well. You don't have to say anything else other than that.
I don't know where the movie is pretentious.
Nowhere. Because it's I think it's
I don't think it has any highbrow pretension.
I mean, no, like Jimmy Horn is a swindler. He's somebody who's taking advantage of these kids. These kids think this is a way out. They're making money. He's not. It's not like I was half expecting, like when he tells Tommy, hey, you'll make $12.50. I was waiting for like, well, the gloves cost 180 and your time, like waiting for that kind of stuff. Yeah, but they pay the kids. There's no issue there. See, that's the other thing too. They're getting paid. Everybody's getting paid. Yes, Horn's making money, but he's not doing anything. Like he's pretty much up front.
I think if it wasn't for like the letting people throw each other, kill people, and like blind people thing, it'd be like you agreed to do this thing with this guy.
Right. So then have a scene where somebody complains like this isn't boxing, and he's like, I don't care, it's fighting. You know what? Survive. You will survive. And then and then he maybe he like, starts throwing things in the ring for them to use to hit. He makes it more dangerous. Like there are no stakes. Their stakes are made up, and then there are no advancement of those stakes throughout. So I think it's you know what I mean, yeah.
The other thing that I should have brought up before.
You can bring it up now.
So Loja's character, whose name I can't remember, is
Pappy Jack.
Pappy in 2 different scenes we see wants to take over the business. Yeah. Nothing comes of it.
Yeah, I don't know the Pappy Jack relationship because Pappy Jack brings, I'm just gonna keep saying Pappy Jack. Pappy Jack brings Tommy into the fold, and and in the beginning he keeps telling Horn, "That's my guy. I brought him in. I go, oh, so Pappy Jack can, he can bring his own fighters in. So Horn's guy who was Black Death."
Right.
And, you made me lose my investment. But then Horn's just like, he's going to be my guy. There's no discussion. There's no so it's not. So Pappy Jack does work for Horn. So then why is Pappy Jack acting like he's got some kind of stake in anything to your point where you want something where Pappy Jack sides with Tommy at some point.
He mentions a couple of times that he wants to take over. That he's scheming to take over. Where is this scheming coming in? Yeah. That scheming, there should have been a point in the end where he gets him out of here and he's like, all right, now I'm taking over. But instead, him and this random dude in a terrible 90s suit book it out of the warehouse as soon as Jimmy gets knocked out. And I was just like, well, where was your big plan to take over?
Yeah.
That should have, if that's not the case, I don't need, cut those 2 lines out of him saying we're going to take over.
Yeah.
Like he's talking to Jimmy's like girlfriend or whatever. Yeah, baby, you still with me? Yeah, no, we're going to take over. We're going to run this thing. I don't need to know that if nothing's going to come of it.
Yeah.
Where's that scene where he stands over and knocked out Jimmy and go, this place is mine now?
Yeah. Nothing.
That's it. That's all I need.
Take out the trash, boys. Pappy Jack's running things now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I need.
So you talked about earlier, who would you recommend this to?
I think this is a tough recommendation because this personally hits a lot of notes of films that I like in B movies. I would say, I guess people that like Rocky.
Yeah.
I'd be like, check this out. It's B movie Rocky, but it's got enough stuff that it's worth the watch. It's only 1:40. It's not that long. It doesn't take itself too seriously. I don't think it's pretentious at all. I think it's a decent watch, and it's something that, again, like a lot of the stuff we watched from the 90s, that I'm surprised I didn't watch it more on television when I was younger, that it wasn't, it was a bomb. Sure. But that means it's cheap to air on TV.
Yeah.
So I don't get why it didn't just show all the time. I think this would have been a perfect Saturday night movie on the local channels, on like Fox or WB11 or something like that. I don't know why I had never seen it before. But I'm glad that I did. But I think you have to have an appreciation for B movies, 90s movies, and like Rocky. I think you have to have those 3 things combined to recommend this to somebody.
Yeah, no, it's a decent watch. It's a good length. It's got memorable moments and memorable lines. I always remember the line where I said it before we started, where he tells Lincoln to fight. He's like, "No, I'm not fighting for you no more." I always remember that line. Cuba Gooding Jr. does it way better than I did. But yeah, no, I always remember that. And I always remember when Jimmy Horn backhands him out of the ring and he sends him flying. I was like, oh, I remember that. So it's got good moments, and it's not, we're talking about the kids in high school. I just think that's a missed opportunity for it to be elevated a little bit more so that I don't feel like I'm defending this film, because I don't think this film stands on its own. I think it's a decent watch. And I think, like you said, all the things that you said, I think people should check it out. You want to see it come back. I'm surprised James Marshall did this. And then he goes on, and he's always recommended to be about being PFC Downey in A Few Good Men. We did our job. We did what we told we to do. Like, we always remember that, but that's what he's always known for. And obviously Twin Peaks, but his acting career never really kind of took off from there. which is unfortunate because he's not bad. He's decent. I mean,
no, he's a decent actor. He's a good looking guy. I'm surprised it didn't take off.
Yeah. So, but it's definitely worth it. I would definitely check it out. But why is it forgotten?
It made no money, then it didn't air on TV. If you want a boxing movie, you know what airs on TV all the time? Rocky. Rocky's always on. Rocky is always there when you need him.
But how does 4 years from now, Cuba Gooding Jr. going to be and Jerry Maguire going to win the Oscar? How does that not elevate this film? Like, how does that not elevate? I'm like, I wonder if it elevated DVD sales or whatever like that. Like, how, like, you know how like you're.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that maybe because it was a bomb, his team didn't want to help promote it. His team didn't want to be like, hey, check out these other things he did.
There's no reason
They're
not
definitely not going to talk about Gladiator because it was poorly reviewed as well, maybe. Yeah, I think that's why. Plus, then Cuba Gooding Jr. after Jerry Maguire went off to do a ton of other movies.
Yeah.
And I think that you just didn't look back from his career. It's almost like it's almost like Jerry Maguire was the start of his career, even though clearly it was not.
Well, obviously those are movies that are launching points. Yeah, of course. I mean, you won the Oscar, so yes.
Because this isn't our first Cuba Gooding Jr. movie either, right?
I think it might be.
I think he was in something, but he was like maybe had one line or no lines in a film we did. But it was like a film from the 80s. So like he's been doing stuff for a long time. It's just that when Jerry Maguire hit, like you said, that's his launching point.
Yeah. Yeah. We talked the episode that just came out. When we were talking about Die Hard, where we talked about Sam Jackson, how
that's where
Bruce Willis told him like your life's gonna change. Because he's like, no, I've been in good movies before. He's like, no, but this is the bigger.
Movie.
This is like a big summer film that's gonna make a lot of money, and your life is gonna change. So it's like that. So yeah.
And he didn't want to do that movie because he didn't want to play a racist.
He did not. Who? Samuel Jackson. He did it very well.
He was like, I don't want to do it. No, you have to do it.
Good. All right. So where can they find us?
You can find us at ForgottenCinemaPodcast.com or wherever you get your podcasts or TV shows or films or whatever you're watching us right now. Like, rate, subscribe, comment. What is your favorite Cuba Gooding Jr. movie? Let us know in the comments down below or up top, wherever. I don't know where the comments are, wherever you're watching or listening. Probably down below though. Give us a thumbs up, like us. If you like other episodes, we do now showings whenever a big movie comes out. We do leading up to a big movie series. We do we got look backs on our Patreon because we have a Patreon exclusive series where we look at bigger films and their impact on the industry, as well as other exclusives like stickers, Discord access, merch discounts, all that good stuff, as well as a merch store. Field just purchased himself some new shirts that he designed. And he'll probably be rocking those on the show, I imagine, in not too long.
Whenever they come. And join us next week as we're going to 1986 to watch the sci-fi horror film, The Wraith. All my 80s friends out there, all my guys out there, you remember this film. I know we all watched this. So that's next week. Butler's never seen it. I know he's going to hate it, but
never heard of it before.
But that is fine. All right, that's next week. I'm Mike Field.
I'm Mike Butler.
And this has been Forgotten Cinema. And he's dancing.
I don't know.
I don't fight for you no more.